that starts off with an opening statement when you're ready?
Not quite. That's some serious green beans, boys. Ladies. Well, you heard from the important people, and those young men deserve what they've gotten and where they are now. 26 days ago, he started against Jacksonville. He has not had an appearance. That is an appearance on the mound for 26 days. During that time, he encouraged his teammates. He did everything that was asked of him. Always there as a friend to hitters, to pitchers, and he got his chance. And look what Will Zierzow did tonight. You can't teach that, folks. Dadgum, I wish I could take credit for that. That comes from Mama and Daddy. And that makes me so proud that he's a Seminole, because that's what life is about, is influence. And he'll influence these freshmen of what the expectations are. We know how difficult it is to win, but anybody can act the way they should act. And when you have the right people influencing them, it certainly does a lot for us as coaches. Makes me very proud. Makes all of us coaches proud.
Questions?
11, is there, in your history here, are there other performances that strike you similar to this one? The fact that he went 2-hit shutout is one thing, but on 26 days rest?
No, I could give you some Richie Lewis stories, but Richie wanted the ball any day that ended in Y. And he was one of those guys that there was a lot of stories, but not anything like what Will Zierzow did. Just being the kind of man that he is.
Before the game, what are you thinking is best case scenario?
4, baby. That's all I wanted. I went to bed, come on, Z, give us 4. We'll try to piece this bad boy together. And the more I said, gosh, we're in the 6th inning. He ain't got a hit yet. I didn't want to say it, you know. Then they got the hit, naturally. But what a outing. And you know what else was impressive? A lot of times you see guys get attention and they start getting those inward turning eyeballs, you know, on the mound. They got all this figured out, and then they can't throw the doggone thing over the plate. And all of a sudden you got to go to the bullpen. He never got the big head. He just totally concentrated. Sure, he appreciated the attention. He deserved it. But he didn't get out there and go overboard and put his team in a bind. We didn't have exactly a full bullpen, having played as many games as we had.
Were you kind of waiting for him to give you an excuse to go to the bullpen and just never came?
Well, as a coach, you're obviously not looking for something, but yet you're sitting there saying, I've never seen Z pitch like this. I'm sure going to do my best to stay out of the way. And he would come in, sit down, get something to drink. Coach Bell would tell him a few things. He'd go right back out there on the mound in total control of his emotions. And that was another thing that I liked about us tonight, is we were in total control of our emotions. We let the game come to us.
Mike, when you think about just kind of Will's performance, I mean, he had never thrown that much here. He had never thrown that much in high school. The most he'd thrown in high school was 5 innings. I mean, at what point does it kind of hit you like you're seeing something that nobody probably thought they'd see tonight? Because, I mean, yourself, we're like, hey, we can get 4. That's kind of a victory within itself.
I think Meek said it best. This was an instant classic. And it really does resonate, because here's a guy that has not pitched in 26 days. and he goes out there and throws a 2-hit shutout for the regional championship.
And so when, oh,
Is the stamina as impressive as anything?
Yeah, I kept looking out there to see if, people with dark hair seem to sweat a lot more. And I kept looking to see if his undershirt had a lot of water, so to speak. It never bothered him. A lot of times, pictures in their delivery, they'll get stuck with the sweat here. He never showed any sign of an issue.
How big was that first inning with getting on the board early and kind of taking momentum?
Certainly it makes all of us feel good, not comfortable, because we know how good Auburn is. We just did some things right. And one inning, I think that it was a little disappointing. We bunned him over and got him at third with 1 out and didn't get him in. Credit them for making great pitches. Offensively, there was a lot of very good at-bats from Porte late to Mendoza in the, I guess that was the 8th when he drove in a big run for us. I think we had double-digit hits, so we had 10. So it's a game that I want our guys to enjoy this. So many times, we say, all right, can't enjoy this long. We got another game. Well, we do have another game coming Friday or Saturday, but I want our guys to enjoy this all day tomorrow. Just relax. They played a lot of baseball just in the last 2 days.
You had your own David Ross moment of sorts last night. You had your own Tim Hudson tonight. Does that kind of put to bed some of the feelings from that series 20 years ago?
Let me tell you what our lineup was in '97. Y'all ain't got enough time. I'm too happy because I can tell you anything you want to know about it. I'll get over it when I'm 90.
Mike, when you have to win 4 games in 3 days, how nice is it to have your starters pitch the way that they did, getting 2 complete games, getting what you got out of the park, and on?
It gave us a chance, so to speak. When you get a CG, then you're in a position to where, okay, the next day you got this guy and this guy available because you didn't have to use them. That's the encouraging part of it. So it certainly gave us a lift to get those CGs.
Mike, we got a chance to ask players, like, what was it like for them before the game to see what happened in Lubbock? I mean, for you, is it something where in a situation where you still kind of scoreboard watch and see what's going on in the opposing regional, or is it something you worry about till after the fact?
Ryan, you always catch me answering a question that I really was hoping nobody would ask. I was glued to that dadgum TV. And when they lost, I got excited and I said, don't say anything to anybody. Just let it go. Well, I found out all the managers were down the hall watching it somewhere else. So the word got out to all the players of what had happened. And yeah, it was an exciting moment to look at the game and say, we got a chance. We got a chance to host a super regional. But of course, we got to win.
2 more questions?
Mike Butch was pretty honest with us when he said they'd given up 2 runs through 6 innings. He thought he was going to be up and up by a lot. Was your expectations changed throughout this ball game in the sense of when you look at the board and you only got 2 runs through 6, you kind of sitting there going, guys, we need to start thinking about here a little bit.
Yeah, and sometimes, as you well know, as a coach, you can talk all you want to, but the guys, I talked, but they did it,
Right.
because you're never comfortable when the tie and run can get to the plate after a walk. So it's a great question, but as a coach, you hope that the guys understand we need to get something going. And fortunately, we did. I think one of the runs scored as a result of a bunt, because we knew we needed more runs.
Looking ahead to Sam State and what happened obviously last night and today with Zeers out, how confident are you going into the Super Regional?
For them to go
For
into
you.
Lubbock
No.
and win, wow, we know they're good. To go into Lubbock, playing a team as good as Texas Tech, holy smoke, we got a lot of respect and a lot of concern for, I didn't know they were known as Sam State. I appreciate you pulling in. Sam State got game.
Mike,
Thanks, Mike. 22 days.